something outside of us has created this game for us, this 3D illusory construct. There's multiple levels to it. There's multiple levels of experience, there's multiple levels of learning, there's multiple levels of just about everything. And, oh, the cycles that they've got us all bound to. The cycles here on this planet, and people don't know that. Most people don't realize it. Astrology is one of the foundational sciences, and it dictates so much about you, who you are, your personality. All of these energies affect us down here. When you look at the evil cocksuckers on this planet, virtually everything they do is based off of the alignment of the proverbial stars, which house of the moon sits in, or which face. There's just all of these things that matter on levels that few people can even grasp. So when I say it gets into a spiritual thing, it really, really, really does. Explain the moon and its effect on women's menstrual cycles. Explain the moon and why when it's full, crime seems to spike all over the world, influencing us. Power outside of our perception that is influencing us. Now, some of the New Agey people will tell you, oh, it's all just the planetary dance that helps the human being to evolve. And it's bullshit. It's such bullshit, it's not even funny. When you really start to wake up, it's almost intimidating, because at that point you realize how much information you need to take in to begin to educate yourself. How much information you need to be able to take, you need to begin to take in to broaden your awareness, your perspective, your base foundational levels of knowledge, so that as you feed your mind with right knowledge, you begin to have a more accurate perception and perspective of the world, what's going on, who the players are, groups, whatever, what they're doing, why they're doing it, and things begin to make much more sense. None of it gives you that warm and fuzzy feeling in your stomach, I can tell you that. None of it alludes to there being some benevolent goddamn deity out there with a long flowing beard that loves its children and wants to see us grow. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. It's never been like that. And it's never gonna be like that with these groups of fucking entities that have been puppeting us, manipulating the goddamn paths of our lives, influencing us, influencing our minds, our energies, and or if we become wise to those things, then they use a different strategy of beginning to use and manipulate people in our lives to begin to fuck with us. The level of knowledge, awareness, understanding, and mastery of yourself you need to have to be able to dodge, bob, and weave all of this stuff so that it doesn't directly affect you or impact you, so you can live a life that is free from the influence, the manipulation of these energies, of these beings. You got to possess a lot of knowledge. Why do you think they want us so stupid, so ignorant? I mean, fuck, look at the education system in the United States and the Western world. They're not trying to educate us. They're not trying to turn us into well-educated beings that can go out into the world and make the world a different, better place with technology or whatever it is that we can do so that the next generation and do. No, there's none of that involved in this process that is here on the 3D. What's here on the 3D is a meat grinder of slavery and war and death, destruction and abuse and child molestation and fucking blood ritual and blood sacrifice. And people believe, they really believe, that there's some benevolent deity out there that loves us and is blah, 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 all the ridiculous shit that's just the indoctrination that's been handed to you. Because the evidence that is all around us and the evidence that is writ throughout history does not show evidence of that. The Bible, the God of the Old Testament, fuck, the God of the Quran, the God of the Torah. These motherfucking gods are, meaning, it's the same one across these three different books as just this example. It's a vicious, violent, bloodthirsty, sadistic, maniacal, burnt offering, requiring, megalomaniac, and all of these fucking character traits that anybody down here on this planet that has awareness would say, that sounds like a psychopath. That sounds like a tyrant. That sounds like a sociopath. That sounds like a malignant narcissist. That sounds like a psychopath combined with a sociopath combined with a malignant narcissist. Entities or beings or things that we consider to be God, the gods, or oh, let's not say them. let's say, oh, that's right, this quote-unquote God was so sadistic, evil, and maniacal, it loosed its arch nemesis, Lucifer, Satan, the devil, upon the whole of its creation to buttfuck us all into oblivion for all of known recorded human history. Yay! Let's get on our knees and worship that fucking God. Oh, it loves me so much, and it just wants us to suffer so that we can learn. You see what I'm saying? It's fucking ridiculous. The long and short of it is, at least when you look at the story, we ate of the fruit because we were curious. And in doing that, we became aware. And in that awareness, it pissed off this thing called God, Yahweh, Jehovah, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the Trinity. And what did it do? That sadistic piece of fucking shit kicked us out of home, cursed us with black magic. Women will have pain in childbirth, men will work by the sweat of their brow, and oh, by the way, this quote-unquote God that loves us told us it would put enmity between man and woman. And look at the enmity we have on this fucking planet between men and women. This defies nature, it defies logic. It's a black magic fucking curse doled out upon the whole of the creation. And Christians will get on their knees and want to suck that holy cock. Muslims on their knees want to suck that holy cock and put their fucking knees to the dirt. And Jews bob at that goddamn wall taking that holy cock in their fucking ass. It's fucking obscene. It's repugnant. It's rancid. It's putrid. It's all of that times 1,000. And most humans are walking around in such a state of blissful fucking ignorance. It's disgusting. It's embarrassing. It's mortifying. These gods, these beings, these things have been puppeting us, killing us, slaughtering us, using us as pawns for their fucking wars. Man, Jews have been doing this to us. It's like, come on, people. Look at what it is we are and what we're capable of. At what point are we going to pick our heads up, pull the goddamn out of our ass, and begin to turn around and start swinging a sword, destroy what did this to us? Put it down, put our boot on its throat, or just destroy it. And people who don't have the perspective, who don't truly understand the nature of this reality and what is truly going on, will marginalize me, what I'm saying, and continue to be comfortable in what it is they think they know, because they're comfortable there. That's what makes sense to them based off of what they currently know. And because they know, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, that the pursuit of the types of things that I'm referring to, the pursuit of knowledge, the pursuit of truth, the awakening process, all of the things encompassed in that, is going to profoundly and fundamentally change your life, change your worldview, change your perception. It's going to change every goddamn thing about life. You will never see it the same way again, for better or for worse. And most people are afraid of that. Most people are afraid of that. Most people are comfortable where they are. So comfortable. They've become so tolerant of everything we see going on around us, and nobody does anything about it to change anything because people are so comfortable. Plus, they're drugged up. Hey, smoke some weed, man. They're legalizing it all over the place. They want you stoned and stupid. Drugged up, dumbed down. Then you got the pharmacological influence deadening people's minds, fluoridation, and who the fuck knows what else they've done to neutralize us, our abilities, our capabilities, our awareness, our consciousness, our thought processes. But, you know, if I need to be the crazy person in your head, if I need to be the weirdo, the fucking weird, whatever label you want to stick on it, the angry man, the extremist, the left-leaning guy, the right, whatever label that your mind is going to want to try to affix to me, okay, if that's what makes you feel better, I'll be that for you. And I'm not saying I'm better. I'm not saying I'm great. I'm not saying anything. If anything, I'm trying to, you may conclude that this is more of a fucking curse than a blessing. I've either been quote-unquote blessed with or cursed with the ability to see through so much of this shit into what it is. Maybe some of my shamanic work helped open some of that up, might have thinned the veil, pulled it down a little bit. Maybe it's just a level of suffering that I've had to deal with in life that's caused me to begin to ask bigger questions. There's any number of things, or a combination of all of them, that have caused me to go down this path. I don't like it. I hate it. I hate what I see. I hate waking up in this construct every day. I hate the way I feel based off of what I see. But oh, wait a minute, you're in control of how you feel. So let me go ahead and mindfuck myself into some place of happiness and joy, and it's all good and love. Meanwhile, I'm literally swimming in a toxic shit stew. But it's all love and light. And God loves you, and Jesus is coming back to save his flock. A flock of mindless sheep. Disgust and repulsiveness that I have experienced and felt through the process of truly waking up to the reality. As the veil comes off your eyes, and you begin to see the world for what it is and how it truly works, it becomes so abundantly clear that most everything we've been told, I don't even want to say most, I'd say everything that we've been told has been a flat-out lie about everything. That's kind of a shock to the system that has a tendency to induce cognitive dissonance in some ways, where you're wrestling with the version of reality you always thought existed, or that you always functioned under, because it was so real while you believed it, right? And then you truly see, and you're forced to let go of the old version of reality that you held on to, because you know now it doesn't work that way. That can be a painful process. That is a very painful process. There's a lot of emotion that you go through in this process, and for me, a lot of it has been disgust, anger, because of the disgust and and resentment and rage, and a lot of those feelings that I think a man would feel. It's amazing the world that we live in, and that we're all so disconnected, and that we can't all solidify and go and do something about the malignancy that this 3D existence has become, because it's pretty fucking sickening. I'm sure there's pockets where it's not, but they won't remain. They will not remain. Not for long. It is a massive, massive shock to the system to truly wake up. Call it enlightenment, call it what you fucking want. And enlightenment is not what you think it is by way of what the system and this mechanism has told us all. It's all, bliss and blah, blah. It's not that. That's nothing about what enlightenment is. Enlightenment. Adyashanti is a guy that made a comment about it that got turned into a meme that I like. It's the falling away of untruth. It's the falling away of pretense. It's the falling away of the facade. It's the falling away of everything you thought to be fucking true. That's enlightenment, aka awakening, whatever. Becoming an awakened being. For whatever reason, people have been conditioned or fed this idea that this process of awakening was going to lead to some joyful, fucking blissful experience of enlightenment, and that's just not the case. Think about this for a second. Buddha. Think of the concept of this whole disconnect from everything, and it's all bliss, or whatever that shit was that he was espousing. And everybody that follows that whole Buddha thing has disengaged from the world, doesn't take action within the world to make meaningful change. And when I say that, I mean meaningful fucking change. All this spiritual stuff has been designed to just kind of confuse us all off into these little spirals of chasing our tails, going round and round, thinking we're going to find something outside of ourselves. In this spiritual fucking world, some people go inward, but I'm telling you, there's just so much deception out there about this shit, it's not even funny. Going back to the point, it's a major fucking shock to the system to see this place for what it really is. And people who are just fucking mind-fucked in their ego, think they've got it all figured out, have some persona to uphold, so they've got to just keep shoving down your throat that you've got it wrong because it's all love, man, or whatever kind of shit. Oh, it's all trying to teach you a lesson. It's this, it's that. There's all these things people will fucking conclude because, well, they're supposedly spiritual, so they've got to have it figured out, and they've got to be smarter than you about it.
I just see this everywhere. I see this everywhere. And the amazing part is when you see it coming out of people that you know are 3 or 4 or 5 steps below where you're fucking at, struggling to figure it out, and they're trying to give you the answer. It's just like, oh my God, nobody gets it. Nobody gets it until you're fucking up on that level. Then you'll get it. And, well, the same could be said for where you're at by the people that are at levels above you. It's just like you'll never get what they're dealing with until you're up there kind of with it. This awakening process, it's a real motherfucker. There's nothing pleasant about it. There's a reason why I think most people are so resistant to it.